James Murdoch faces more challenges beyond today's hearing. If some investors get their way, he could be replaced as chairman of BSKYB. Earlier, Maryam Nemazee spoke to Alan MacDougall. Now, he's the boss of one shareholder group on whether James Murdoch should go.
Well, I think investors are angry, but behind the scenes. They've had to manage this fundamental conflict between the large owner of BSKYB shares, the Murdoch family, and the company's progress since James was elected to the board and then subsequently in 2008 became chairman following stepping down as chief executive. So I think this is an opportunity for them to address long-standing governance grievances. But it has to be said, it's only been thrown up because of the hacking crisis. They've had a number of years to address these problems and haven't taken the opportunity. But now I think the crisis has reached such epic proportions, they've got to act.
You say that shareholders are angry. Is this a growing consensus amongst the majority of the big shareholders?
I think that consensus is building. Certainly 2 weeks ago, there was less consensus about the need for change on the board. But I think subsequent events over this last weekend have meant that the pressure is now on because more and more shareholders are concerned about running the risk of reputation of investing in BSKYB, but also the potential loss of value, not only at the share price level, but long-term value here.
Is there anything that the Murdochs could say to alleviate that pressure coming from BSKYB shareholders?
I think it would be to welcome a wholesale review of the governance of the board. If Murdoch senior and junior come out in favour of that, and they let the current senior independent director on the board lead such a review, that would be a major comfort factor to long-term investors.
Could James Murdoch also stay in place as chairman in that circumstance, or does he definitely have to go now? I
think he would definitely have to go in light of such a review.
So how will investors respond if their attempts to remove James Murdoch fail?
The key thing is, how does the board manage this in the current climate? So it's going to be difficult. If he remains on the board, I think the rest of the board have got to ask themselves some hard questions about how they're going to manage things going forward.
So how long would you give James Murdoch in the job? Could he step down imminently?
Yes.
How soon?
Well, I think over the next 2 weeks we'll see it, and we'll be surprised if he's still in post by the end of July.